Well, in 2011, you worked as a consultant on Julian Assange, his legal team, who is the founder of WikiLeaks.
Well, more than a
Now,
consultant. I was actually one of his lawyers. I went to visit him in London before he went to prison. I was pretty actively involved in the case, yeah.
okay, and you actually feel that what he did wasn't wrong.
I didn't say that. I think what he did wasn't criminal. It's not something I would have done. I think people have a right to make a judgment about him. But I think what he did was protected by the First Amendment in much the same way as what the New York Times and the Washington Post did when they published the Pentagon Papers.
Right. So what exactly is the difference? Because as someone who has a media company, from what I understand, is if someone gives me a set of documents that are not supposed to be released for whatever reason, and I put them out, I can't be charged criminally for doing this as long as I wasn't involved in getting those documents myself, right?
That's generally the rule. I mean, there's no specific case on that. The Supreme Court in the Pentagon Papers case said you couldn't be prevented from publishing it, but they didn't answer the question whether you could be criminally prosecuted. But I think the answer to that is no. If you did nothing wrong and just received the documents and published them, I think the law today is that you are protected by the First Amendment.
Let's fast forward a little bit. You actually identify as a Democrat.
That's right.
And you've supported Hillary Clinton when she was running.
That's right.
Which means that in 2016, you campaigned against Donald Trump.
I did very actively, and I contributed against Donald Trump. I contributed, from my point of view, significantly to Hillary Clinton's campaign, and then I voted against Donald Trump when he ran against Biden, and I plan to vote against him if he runs again against Biden.
Okay, now in terms of your support of Trump, that started around 2018 during the whole Mueller investigation.
I never supported him. I supported his constitutional rights.
Okay, so explain that.
Well, I never supported O.J. Simpson. I never supported Julian Assange. I never supported Harry Reams. What I supported is the Constitution and their constitutional rights. When you're a lawyer, it's no different than a doctor. When a doctor treats a patient, he doesn't support them. He just treats the patient, treats the illness, and then they go about their business. I feel the same way when I'm a lawyer. I don't support him as a candidate or as a person. I only support his legal rights. That's what I did.
Well, right. Well, you said that the Mueller investigation is dangerous for our entire system.
It was, yeah.
How's that?
Well, I think it was a form of McCarthyism. They knew what they wanted, they knew who they wanted, and they looked hard to try to find some justification for going after him. It was Lavrenti Beria, the head of the notorious KGB, who once said to Stalin, show me the man and I'll find you the crime. And I think the Get Trump, and that's why I entitled my book, Get Trump, the Get Trump posse set out to get Trump. And then they said, let's try to figure out ways of getting him. Let's find out how we can get him. And Justice Jackson, one of the greatest justices in history, who had been a former prosecutor, former attorney general, said almost any prosecutor can rummage through the books and find something to investigate a political enemy for. So I'm very much opposed to that.